you know, living her life, having a fun time, being a hot girl, doing drugs. Oh, I forgot to put my hair down. It's hot girl summer. Hi. Hello. Nobody asked, but this morning I drove past a movie theater that I worked at in high school, only to find it completely demolished, completely, and it absolutely shattered my heart into pieces. I physically yelled no in my car as I was driving by. So why aren't Americans visiting movie theaters anymore? Could it be streaming services? Streaming services are booming. Or could it be young adult men with semi-automatic rifles going in and shooting them up? The world may never know. Anyway, it's summer. Hot girl summer to be exact, coined by the tantalizing Meg Thee Stallion. I'm not having a hot girl summer this year. I'm not. I had one last summer in Seoul. That was fun. I'm having a hot working girl summer. I'm working literally each and every single day. I work a healthcare job that makes me want to gouge my eyes out and burn my skin on hot coals. And on my off day, I do YouTube stuff and TikTok as well. I can't believe I will wake up on a day and film a TikTok. I can't believe that. So as you can see, this is my hot working girl summer. This is my hot living at her parents' house girl summer. This is my hot post-grad, try not to slip into the biggest depressive episode of my life girl summer. This is my hot transitional girl summer. We're transitioning from college stress to career, possibly higher education, Jess. However, I will be having a hot Europe girl summer next year. And that's a promise, because I gotta get out of here. Oh my god, okay, enough about summer. This week I'm going to be reading a few book recommendations for hot girl summer. It's all girls being hot in the summer. Well, not summer exactly, but just girls being hot, which I love. I did not look to TikTok for recommendations. I learned my lesson on that one. Yeah, if you search hot girl summer books on TikTok, the first thing you get is like The Bell Jar and like Simone de Beauvoir. Okay, so suicide and feminist theory. Great, real hot. I got a few of these recommendations from Carly Thorne or Uncarly here on YouTube. There is an angel and a little demon on the side of my shoulder, and she is the demon in the absolute best way. She is literally the voice in my head. If she has 1 million fans, I'm one of them. If she has 0 fans, I'm dead. You know the drill. She is the only book YouTuber I watch. A lot of them are corny and annoying, so don't recommend me anyone else, please. Oh my god. Anyway, this is what I want. Nothing sad, nothing too insightful, just vibes. Just vibe. Characters who I want to vicariously live through. This isn't just a hot girl summer, but a hot person summer for hot people all around the world. So this week we're gonna be reading Slow Days Fast Company by Eve Babbitt, Happy Hour by Marla Granados, The Hunting Wives by May Cobb, You Have to Make Your Own Fun Around Here by Frances Mackin, Sula by Toni Morrison, and Devotion by Patti Smith. I am just so excited. I am so excited to read these books. Hi, how you doing? How you doing? I'm currently at work. So it's been about 4 weeks since I filmed that intro. I have not read a single book. I got into a very bad reading slump. Not only do I not have the time to read because I've been working a lot, but I don't want to read, even on my off days. I don't have a lot of off days, so I literally I don't want to read. What can I say? I realized that the list I had made was 1, overzealous because it's way too many books, and 2, bad. I just don't want to read those books. I don't want to read those books right now. Maybe I'll read them later. I can't. I started Devotion by Patti Smith about 2 nights ago. I can't do it. I can't do it. No, it reads like a textbook. I literally cannot. 35 pages in, I literally quit. I can't. So we're making a new and improved list. It's pretty much the same stuff. I just omitted like a ton of books, and I added 1 book that I really want to read. Slow Days Fast Company by Eve Babbitt, Sula by Toni Morrison, Happy Hour by Marla Granados, Jesus, I'm on one, and Exciting Times by Nisha Dolan. I'm really excited to read that one because it's like Sally Rooney. I heard Sally Rooney, whatever. That's the list. I'm going to start reading Happy Hour right now. That's it. Bye right now. I'm so hungry, I think I'd eat a horse. So, we're gonna make some lunch. Make sure to wash your rice, kids. Look at that. Looks delicious. Yeah, just watermelon break. Kind of like Chipotle, just not $11. Listen, I'm not done with happy hour yet. I'm not, but I see why the girls love it. I see, this is like the embodiment of hot girl summer. This is, okay, look, this is for the girl who uses travel as a coping mechanism to run away from her problems and is just desperately yearning to feel something. Hates being at home, hates feeling stuck. That's me. This is like if your actually interesting friend like sent you journal entries of her time abroad and like what she did and who she met and like her personal anecdotes on like love and romance and death and like and travel and stuff like that. Like, it's good, Your Honor. Your Honor, she's slaying. I'm slaying, or however the song goes. Oh my god. Now listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was prepared to like rip on this thing because I can be a pessimist and a hater, and those are my own problems to begin with. But it's just good. It's good, I fear. Hello, I'm at work and I'm reading Exciting Times by Nisha Dolan. I'm about 50 pages in. I don't like the main character. I don't like her. I'm finding it very hard to warm up to her, and I'm very much a character person. I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like any of the characters in this book, I fear. She's boring as bricks. She's bland. Hopefully that changes, but just want to let you know. Completely honest with you, it's been a while since I filmed the intro, and since I was supposed to read these books, over a month. It's been over a month. Traveled a little bit, I worked a little bit, and by a little bit I mean like days on days in a row, and now I'm back. So friendship, enemies, travel, deceit, lies, sex. We're gonna talk about these books that are perfect for your hot girl summer. First up, the It Girl book of the summer, Happy Hour by Marlo Granados. This book is the definition of a hot girl summer. Okay, so this book is about 21-year-old Issa, and for the summer she moves to New York City with her best friend Gala. Why are they in New York? What are they doing in New York City? Nothing. Simply for fun. Simply for vibes. We need to normalize traveling for absolutely no reason. I'm traveling for fun, to be mega sexy and cool in a new city, and you will ask no further questions. Anyway, Issa and Gala have moved to New York City. It doesn't necessarily exactly say where they're from, but they're not American citizens, so they can't legally work. All they have is enough for rent, and that's like barely. Since they can't legally work, they're dealt with the plight of being broke and hungry during the day, doing very odd jobs for quick cash around the city, but they are very glamorous, appealing, funny New York City party girls by night. The character Issa has this like wanderlust. What is it? Like, what'd you call it? Wanderlust? What's an adult word for wanderlust that doesn't look like it should be written in like very skinny Tumblr font over like a nauseating sunset in the background? The book is written in journal format. It's told from the POV of Issa, and it is hot girl summer to a T. Listen, hot girls who physically cannot and do not want to stay home for more than 3 to 6 months at a time. I can't. I have to be going somewhere. I can't. But while these characters feel very whimsical and esoteric, they also still feel very real. So eloquent. They're written so well. The writing is to die for. They're not like one-dimensional party girls. They're tough. They're cool. They're sophisticated in a way that is, it's all inherently feminine. They're not written to be cool in a way that men are written to be cool, which is just like being an asshole and like smoking cigarettes. Boy parts. Oh my goodness, I have this like tickle in my throat. It's just the strangest thing. Their interests and their quirks are centered around things like, you know, hair and makeup and fashion, and it doesn't take away from their sophistication and allure, like genuine allure, not like male gaze allure. If anything, it adds to it. It just feels like you're reading these anecdotes, and they're anecdotes from a young woman who is very profound but also simultaneously doesn't really always know what she's doing. So it's very fresh but also very endearing. Like it was a real pleasure to read. So fun. Like so fun. All right, well, we should be cooking with gas for real this time. Next up, we have Slow Days Fast Company by Eve Babbitt. This is a collection of stories of Eve's time spent in the 60s living in Los Angeles as an artist and a writer, dating, meeting some pretty big people. She meets, celebrities, athletes, and just, living her life, having a fun time, being a hot girl, doing drugs. She seems like she's having a great time. I wish that were me. Except for like the doing coke part. I'm okay on that one. Honestly, I was super excited to read this book as it is my first Eve Babbitt, and her work is being researched and coined as like it girl material now. But honestly, I didn't really like it in the beginning. I didn't feel as if I was connecting with the text in any way. It's like, okay. Until I read this line. He looks like a Marlboro commercial up close, and he treated me with a chivalrous, masculine know-how that I sopped up like a person who'd never heard of how chivalry was just another nefarious, masculine scheme to keep women in their place. That? Yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, oh, this chick is cool. Like, I'm with it. I'm reading yeah. You have my rapt attention. Thank you. Like, I audibly laughed out loud. That is the funniest thing ever. It's brilliant. Babbitt paints a vividly gorgeous landscape of Los Angeles. It very much feels like a love letter to it. And you're just seeing everything through her lens, through her eye, these men that she's going on dates with, the celebrities that she's meeting. She meets like Janis Joplin, and like her sentiments on love and dating and womanhood and living in California. Personally, I didn't find it like revolutionary. I think I got my hopes up a little bit too high with this one. Like, I don't know, it's not great, it's not bad, it's good. I liked it. Maybe I'll read it again when I'm like 30. Maybe things will really resonate then. You know what I mean? If you want a maladaptive daydream, time travel to 1960 Los Angeles, nothing but vibes, this is the book for you. Next up, we have Sula by Toni Morrison. I need to preface this by saying that I understand how dignified and esteemed of a writer Morrison is, and I'm not trying to reduce her down to like, hot girl summer. It is more so very loosely the content and the fundamental theme of her work that I am forcibly aligning with hot girl summer. It's like that guy on TikTok who is like, I think someone asked him like who his like fashion influence was. And he said Marsha P. Johnson. Oh, the internet is amazing. Who's my hot girl slutty slut inspiration? Well, none other than Toni Morrison, of course. But also, why can't Morrison's work be hot girl material? She's hot. R.I.P. Anyway, this book follows the story of two women, Nell and Sula, and their community, which is a small town in Ohio, which is referenced as the Bottom in the book. No funny stuff. Haha, Bottom. We're moving on. The lives of Sula and Nell are very contrasted. Nell fits the bill of someone who is very conventional, as the women in her life have followed suit. And Sula, dang girl. Sula is a woman who is very eccentric and free and unconventional, obviously, with the women in her life following that bill as well. After high school, Nell gets married and has children, and Sula's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, babes. I'm not doing that. No. And she moves, living a wildly independent life, a bit as a social pariah and not always making the best decisions. 10 years later, Sula returns to the community and stuff goes down. Like, it goes down. I'm yelling timber. Sorry. You better move. You better dance. Let's make the night. Sorry. So honestly, a bit of what it is drama. It's drama. Drama that is beautifully written and tells the story of two Black women and the complexities of their relationship, but also their relationship with their community. Morrison's writing is unlike anything I've ever read in my entire life. It is enchanting. It's compelling. It makes you wonder, like, how do people write this? Like, I want to write in the future. How am I gonna live up? Like, how am I ever going to write this? I will never ever write anything close to this. It like metaphorically grabs you by the shirt and like forces you to sit with it and to just like be with it and be with those words. Like, I knew she was a great writer, but like Toni Morrison, she should have gotten the Nobel Prize in literature. Who? Ernest Hemingway? I don't think so. make way for Toni Morrison. This book is so multifaceted. Multiple literary but also real life themes are present in this book, from race and racism to community, how a community can utterly destroy you but also build you back up, how we interact our community and how it can really make us suffer, and how that suffering ultimately affects the community and the symbiotic relationship that kind of exists between individual and community, if that makes sense. How many more times can I say the word community? Womanhood, motherhood, gender roles, the complexities of female relationships, and the really rigid and unforgiving label of convention. What is socially good and what is socially bad. It is a classic written in the 70s and based in the 20s, so yeah. It took a lot for me to finish it, even though it's so short. I read this in the middle of a reading slump because I so badly needed to just read this book and get this video over with and up out of my face. I want to upload this so bad already. It needs to be over with. It was a bit like sipping butter through a straw. I was like, dang, I don't know if I'm gonna get through this. It's good, but dang. I really, really enjoyed it. Let me read you. Let me read you this. You gotta get in on this. She looked around for a place to be. A small place. The closet? No, too dark. The bathroom? It was both small and bright, and she wanted to be in a very small, very bright place. Small enough to contain her grief, bright enough to throw into relief the dark things that cluttered her. Lonely, ain't it? Yes, but my lonely is mine. Now your lonely is somebody else's, made by somebody else and handed to you. Ain't that something? A second-hand lonely. Lastly, we have Exciting Times by Nisha Dolan. I don't know why the book is called Exciting Times. I read the part that they say the word exciting times and I was like, oh, okay, well, could have been called something else. I wanted to choose a book that had very quintessential elements of Hot Girl Summer. Being young, juggling multiple romantic prospects, not always making the best decisions. And that is Exciting Times by Nisha Dolan. Okay, so this book follows Ava. She's 22. She's an Irish expat who moves to Hong Kong to teach English and escape the dreadful monotony of Ireland. She moves to looking for something. She doesn't really know what she's looking for. She then very quickly begins a sexual relationship with and moves in with Julian. He's 28 years old. He's from London or something, whatever. He's an investment banker. He's a little bit aloof, very straight to the point. But more importantly, he does not need Ava or really see her as special, seemingly. Then Julian moves back to London for work. Ava continues to live in his apartment, and then she meets Edith. She's 22. She was born and raised in Hong Kong. No, I don't think raised. She was, whatever. She's rich. She went somewhere else. She works in a law firm, and she begins a relationship with Ava. But then, oh boy, Julian moves back to Hong Kong, and Ava is then left to... She's left to deal with that, juggling a current lover and a former kind of lover, and just dissecting herself and work and everything in between. I was really excited to read this book. It's been compared to Sally Rooney, which I want to read Sally Rooney, just not now. But I was not a fan at first. I did not like this book. And I'll tell you why. Julian is so boring. So, if Pop-Tart crust, was somehow became a human being, he's so boring. And the worst part is Ava is too. She's just some boring girl from Ireland. She's boring. They're both boring. They gain nothing from being with each other. They could get split up and not speak to each other. They would be by the next day, they would probably be whatever. Not a single thing. At first, it just felt so stale listening to Ava's sentiments about her relationship with Julian. I was like, bro, enough. It's literally I'm with a rich older guy. He says he'll text me, so I can't text him. He's just so busy all the time. I wish I was that busy. He just calls and we make a date and I'm always free. For the love of God. Okay, what else? It just feels like you're listening to the semi-chaotic accounts of a friend over wine. You're just listening sometimes I just wish you had a wife. Okay. I'd be like a Jezebel. Isn't that funny? Yeah. Sure. But so I went to his apartment and we talked a little bit. He told me about, at work, how he's really, really boring. This is Pinot Grigio, by the way. It's very bad. What can I say? I'm just addicted to hyper realism. Why did I say it like that? but it all makes sense because she's 22. Like, she's 22 years old. That is exactly... Well, is it? Well, let me give myself some grace. But at 22, you're annoying. You're an adult, but you're also not really an adult, and you don't know what you're doing. Like, I was gonna say that's what I would do at 22, but it's not. She calls herself good at men, and whoa. Oh God, yeah, no, I can't relate to that. There's an excerpt where she ponders over the nature of her and Julian's relationship. She says that she wishes that he was married because that would make her seem more illustrious and more potent, and it would be a more alluring situation than reality, which is the fact that Julian is a slightly older guy, and sometimes they have sex, and he does not want to make her his girlfriend at all. She says that hurts her ego. She wishes that people cared more for her than she did for them. And it's not really even like a creepy younger guy with older girl thing. First of all, they're only 6 years apart. And one day Ava asked Julian, she's like, what if I was your age? You know, what if I was your age? Would we be doing this right now? And she expects him to be like, no, you caught my eye and you are in this position right now of you living with me and me buying you these expensive gifts because you're just so young and it turns me on. And he's just like, yeah, probably. Yeah, like, why not? And she's like, okay, yeah, great. These aren't plot points, by the way. I'm just ranting at this point. No plot, slightly infuriating, unlikable character. I think the book also dances around the dynamics between like class and gender and the way that wealthy men speak to women who aren't wealthy, and just the way that like men speak to women, period. But also how class intersects with our interpersonal relationships. Both Julian and Edith came from wealthy backgrounds. They went to like private boarding schools or something rich. And Ava absolutely did not. And I read it in about 12 hours because I was like, I don't really like any of these characters. They're not really likable except for Edith. But I need to know, like, how these people's relationship progresses. Like, what happens next? I really, really, really liked it. I'm realizing I didn't want it to end. Like, there could be 100 more pages and I'd be content. Like, I didn't want it to end. I think I also really liked it because it's set in Hong Kong and I want to visit Hong Kong so badly, you don't even understand. Like, the accounts of visiting beaches and bars and cafes just reminded me of my exchange semester and tickled the part of my brain that released so much serotonin when I went abroad just to attend class every day and hang out with my friends and have fun on the government's dime. I promise I'm not that annoying girl who studied abroad in Italy and like brings it up every conversation and shows you her camera roll like every 2 months. I internalize it and keep it to myself like a normal person. Okay, that was it, folks. That was me reading books for Hot Girl Summer. Hot Girl Summer is literally now over, so nice going, Jess. If I had to rank or choose 2 of the best books, I would say that they were Happy Hour and Sula. Read Sula, please. Maybe I'll do this next summer or do like a part 2. If there are any books that you think embody Hot Girl Summer, leave them in the comments for me, please. See you later. Bye now. Bye. Yeah, you have a good one. All right.